What's up, guys? This is Newt, NACL producers, part-time caster. I'm joined by Plid from the Wager Court today for our
No way.
weekly NACL Fortnite Undergrounds tournament. What's up, Plid?
What's up? Thank you for having me. So it looks like we have an intense matchup right here. We have Vibes and Ace versus... Who are they versing? Vibes and Ace versus Derp and Smooshed. I think it's 2-0 Vibes right now.
Oh my god, I'm getting
Both teams are just trying to get as much damage as they can right now.
Loser, bro.
Looks like Vibes is down a fish. He just got hit 100. Trying to make a power play. I think they're down damage. Vibes is knocked.
Oh, I just missed.
Ace is backing up, trying to...
Oh. Hit the res, hit the res.
Alright, looks like that round's over. 2-1 Vibes.
$5.
Crazy. I mean, this week we're doing something different than previous weeks. It's gonna be box fights instead of zone wars. Do you mind explaining the difference between those two game modes?
Okay, so in box fights, it's more angles and a lot of different types of like shotgun shots and window peeks. And that in zone wars, it's more mechanical. You take more like 50-50 aim duels, bloom battles, stuff like that. So as you can see here, Vibes is getting pressured in the corner. It looks like Vibe is a very high ping. He's on a 42 right now. So his welder is getting snatched left and right. He's at 290 mats. Ace is taking a lot of damage, so Vibe is trying to make a power play right here.
So the map comes pre-built with some builds, right? Or in the
No, actually it's just a open area, and then they have like, I think it's 5 seconds to build, and then get ready for the round to start, and then once the barrier closes, they can go at each other.
Come out this floor.
Vibes is stuck in a corner.
It's all about editing and getting control of the area, right?
Yeah, it's a bunch of piece control and just getting all the angles you can.
How did they lose?
Oof.
Looks like Vibes pulled out that round actually.
Yep.
Fucking dumbass tried to drop on me.
3-1.
Little did he know the big ace was behind him,
It's gonna
right?
be first to 5 as usual. Win by 2 if they get tied 4-4.
I do my little dance
But yeah, this is
dance.
the first round.
33 billionaires.
Ooh, Vibes got a little chip shot right there for 70 damage. Trying to pressure the guy from the back. Cracked him, and he's knocked. The other guy's just gotta make a power play, try and knock one of them. And I think it's over. No, it's 4-1. Alright.
4-1.
Vibes needs one round, and Derp's gotta try to make a comeback.
Yeah.
I think what they should do here is try and rush one on one side, and try and get the knock, like, instantly. Try and quick dead one. Because playing the long game is just not working out for them.
Yeah.
See, Vibes has sectioned him off right here. And
I may not be dead. Like, good comms, Ace. Like, thanks for getting in with me.
wow, Derp just one pump both of them.
Insane.
4-2. Can you please shut up?
I mean, you never know with these shotguns. I mean, it's really like really hard to hit that. Cause like sometimes when I use shotguns, sometimes I do like 20 damage instead of 100. You know?
Right. It's all about the pellets you hit, right? So like if for the shotgun, if you hit 12 pellets, you get a 200 pump. But if you only hit 10, it's a 180. So you just gotta. It's just about the bullet spread. Like honestly, you could have the crosshair on your head, and the bullets could just totally go the different way.
Yeah.
Looks like Vibe's getting all the piece control right here. Trying to take the right side.
Yeah. After losing the previous round, they're playing a little bit conservatively.
Yeah, they don't want to lose another one, because if they make it 4-3, then the other team has momentum to make it tied, and then it'll be win by 2, and then it's hard to come back from that.
If you win, who are you?
A lot of these wagers is about a momentum. If you're down 4-1 and you win 3 rounds in a row, you have a lot of momentum. And so like your vibes are way higher than the other team, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just easier to win rounds.
It's all mental. I mean.
Yeah.
Because it's not. There's nothing different about each round. Well, you can like control where you start off, but at the end of the day, it's like you have the same loadout, you have the same teammate.
Yep. Looks like Derp went down there, so it's a 2v1 against Smooshed. They need to win this round or they're out of the tournament. Vibes is spraying the floors, trying to figure out where he is. Found him.
Oh shit. He's gonna edit this.
See, in this situation, they don't want to get close to him because if one of them gets 200 pumped, then it's just a 1v1 and it's harder to win. So they're just spraying his mats down, trying to get all the damage they can off of him. Because if he runs out of mats, he's pretty much screwed.
Yeah, with these box fights, there's no zone as well, right? So
Right.
you can
It
wait
just
it
goes on
out.
forever. Yep. Looks like Vibes is looking for a side angle. Hit him for 30 white, and they got
Ooh.
GG's.
Flash for 30. Oh, there we go. And that's the game. Let's go.
So,
Let's go. A quick break. So Vibes and Ace move on to round of 8. Let's take a quick break. Let's see if there's any round 1 game still going on, and we'll be right back, guys. Hey guys, we're back. Another round 1 matchup. We got Crab and Vosh playing against DC and Chewy. Right now they're tied 2-2. This is the 5th round. Who do you think is gonna win?
Honestly, I got Crab and Vosh, but it looks like Crab just went down actually. But the thing is, it's all about playstyles, you know. So like DC and Chewy, they're impatient, so they just like to jump in, and hopefully like Crab and Vosh can just get a 1 pump on them. So we got Vosh here in a 2v1 against DC and Chewy. He 1 pump Chewy and he goes down. So it's 3-2 Chewy right now. Yeah. So back to playstyles. So like there's like you can go low ground. That's a different playstyle. There's people that like do peaks like peanut butters, which is the triangle edit actually. And there's people that like to spray their AR and waste their mats. Yeah, it's just a bunch of different playstyles you can play. So I feel like Vosh and Crab are more tactical, like window peaks. They like to take their angles differently. And then DC and Chewy like to go low ground and go up and pressure the kids. Yeah, so this is a pretty intense matchup right here.
Yeah, I mean, after playing, like, because most of these guys probably played against each other in the wager court previously, right? So they kind of know their opponent's play styles.
Right.
Do you think the mid game adjustments like really affect the game, like how they play? Like, because you said DC and Chewy start from the bottom, right? Like, try to go from bottom.
Yeah,
Do
as you
think
can see, like DC,
change it
they're
up
just
sometimes.
yeah. So like obviously they're gonna know that they're gonna go low ground. Like right here, DC's trying to pressure his bottom. So Crab's gonna be looking for that, and at this point, DC's already up, trying to pressure Bosch. Like there's a lot of team play in this, you know. Like if you 2v1 one guy and he goes down, it's harder for the other opponent to get to his teammate because you can just box him and section him off. So DC and Chewy just tried to go for a play on Vosh, but Vosh countered it with a 200 pump, and then DC had to go for a play. So in that situation, I feel like DC should have pressured Vosh right there more. So I think it's a tie game right here, 3-3.
I think this might go to overtime. I mean, this is a pretty tight matchup.
Yeah.
It's, it's unlucky that both of these teams are facing each other first round.
See, like right here, they just 2v1 and sectioned off Vosh in one corner. And so he went down, and now Crab has to 2v1. So it's a lot harder for him. So there's a lot of strategy also in box fights. So right there, he could have res Vosh, but obviously he wouldn't be able to get the res off because it takes 10 seconds. So since Vosh still had efficient minis, he just respawned so Crab could get the heals. And that would help him in the late game because he'll have more heals than the other opponents. So he just jumped in and killed DC. So it's a 1v1 against Crab and Chewy. Who do you got winning this one?
Yeah, I mean, it looked like they had a disadvantage playing 1v2, but then he tied it up 1v1 and had the heals too. So now it's like a fair game. Ooh,
Yep.
and they take the win too.
Crab just clutched up for their team right there, so they're up 4-3. Who do you got winning this round?
I don't know, man. I've heard a lot of things about DC and Chewy. They're the favorites. So, but I mean, Bosch. I've seen Bosch play previously for Zone Wars with I think he won with Galactic like 2 or 3 weeks ago, right before Thanksgiving. So Bosch is really good of a player. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Crab and Bosch take this win. It really depends, like you said, momentum. Like right now, momentum's on their side. If they lose this round, who knows? Like that, Chewy and DC could probably come back.
Yep. Honestly, if DC and Chewy win this round, I feel like they could take the entire thing. Yep. DC just killed Bosch right there. So now it's a 2v1 against DC, Chewy versus Crab again. Let's see if Crab can clutch out this time, and hopefully win the thing. Ooh, he's gotta pop his minis. He's only, as you can see, man, Chewy just took that wall. Yeah, there's a lot of ping base in box fights. Like it's a bunch of ego fights like with walls. So like Chewy and DC, they have like way better ping, I feel like. So Chewy just takes the wall and he can just get an easy shot on them because they're just trying to hold the wall and hopefully they don't take it, right?
Yeah. So now it's
like
by 2.
Yep. So I feel like DC and Chewy might win. If they win this round, I feel like they win the entire thing. Because DC or Crab and Bosch will be on there, like they'll be back on the back ropes trying to win the last round. So honestly, it's a pretty tight game right here.
Yeah.
You go either way.
That's twice in a row that Crab got knocked out early.
You mean Bosch?
Like, oh, Bosch got
they just got doubled. Yeah, DC and Chewy are actually very good with their team play, with the 2v1s and everything. It looks like Chewy just won that round. 5-4 of them.
And it seems like DC and Chewy like move as a cohesive unit. Like they're always in the same area together.
Yeah, I feel like Crab and Bosch need to they need to talk more. You know, like they're just not talking to each other enough. If they have more comms, I think they could know when they're getting pressured by 2 of them and hopefully get out of the box or help each other.
Yeah, because they seem like they're always in 2 different areas. I mean, they're like around each other, but they're always separated by walls.
Right, and they don't know where their opponent is. Like that's how DC plays. He's so evasive that you just don't know where he is.
Yeah.
Like you see how he jumped low ground and Crab had no idea, and then Chewy got a shot on him. Like their comms are just impeccable against Crab and Bosch. So the playstyle Chewy is playing right now is just spraying down Crab's mats. As you can see, he only has 170 left. So that's a different playstyle that they can have. Oh, there's DC with the low ground peak right there. It's a big shot. So I think Crab and Bosch are down damage, so they gotta make a power play. Hopefully they can come back from this. They need to win this round to make sure they don't get taken out of the tournament. These little chip shots mean a lot. Like if you get hit for 30, like that's just 1 mini gone that you could have saved for your teammate or saved for later.
Looks
they're getting low on build
out of ammo too.
Yeah.
Is he looking at the stats to try to calculate how much health his opponent has left?
Yeah, so if you press your math button, I think your math key button, you can see how much damage you've done and how much damage your opponents have done. So it looked like Crab had like 270 damage, and then the other team had like 320. So that most players, like if they play box fights a lot, they know how much like health you can have in total plus your heals.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to calculate how weak their opponent is, if they're a 1 pump or if they need to hit a 120 or something like that. So looks like Crab's on his last 3 builds. Hopefully he can make a power play.
And they're getting cornered right now, like all the pressure coming on for both sides.
Yep.
Oh.
DC and Chewy are making all the piece control plays they can. Yeah, a lot of these guys in this tournament are Zone Wars players, actually. box fights hasn't been big for a while, so they moved on to Zone Wars, and thought we'd just have a little throwback today.
Oh wow.
Crab's on his last build. He's a 1 pump, 68 HP.
Yeah.
Looks like Vosh cracked one. The damage is actually very close, honestly. This could go either way. It just depends on how many mats DC and Chewy have.
Yeah, and Crab's on his last build.
Yep. So the thing about this is that Crab is out of builds now, but DC and Chewy are out of AR ammo because they've been spraying the entire round. So they are they're very limited to their AR since they sprayed their mats down, and their mats have to be low as well because every build they take, that's just another build gone from them, you know.
Yeah. So how do you gain builds? Like, so Crab just got 27 wood. How do you gain material?
So his teammate still had a couple builds, and so it's
okay.
better to share than like for one of you to get sectioned off with no mats.
Yeah.
Crab got shot down right there. Looks like he's out of builds. Yeah, so if you have 4 builds, it's better for your teammate to have 2 and you have 2 than for you to have 1 and he has 0.
Yeah. And this
Looks
is
like they're playing
elimination,
together.
right? If they lose this, they're out.
Yeah. So last round, match point. If DC and Chewy win. So what they're doing right here is sticking together. Hopefully they can double pump a kid, meaning if this one gets peaked, they can each shoot their shotgun and kill the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Vosh got hit very hard.
He missed it.
It's up to Vosh now. Hopefully he can
Yeah.
clutch up for his teammate. Looks like he knocked one. DC's down.
It's a 1v1.
Chewy versus Vosh. Looks like okay. So what he did is he got the siphon mats, right? You see Chewy picked up those mats down there. So every time you kill an opponent, they get dropped 50 wood. So when he got the finish on DC, he picked up the 50 mats from his body. Now he has 5 builds and Vosh has 0.
Yeah.
Vosh gotta angle his way into getting a shot in that Chewy can't shoot him at. He's doing a bunch of.
Oh, that's a good pump. And, oh my. Oh man.
Dang. He was
Chewy DC, take it 6-4.
22 HP on that fight.
Yeah.
All right.
That's. Is this? Yeah, that's it, right? That's game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Game.
They're now our favorites to like. Would you say they're your favorites to win it all?
Honestly, I have money on my friends Brian and Chase Doge. It looks like they're going against DC and Chewy next, actually. So that'd be a pretty good matchup right there.
Yeah. Well, we'll go on a quick break, real quick, see if there's any other round 1 matches. If not, then we're gonna jump into round 2. We'll be right back, guys. And we're back with another round 1 matchup. Who do we have here, Flid?
So we have Danny P and Resisting versus Stretch and Samzox. So about this, I think Stretch and Samzox are French. They play box fights a lot. So they come from the French community, honestly, and they're actually pretty good at box fights. Danny P, he's a Zone Wars player, and so is Resisting. But I'm pretty sure back in a couple months ago, I think they both played box fights, so they obviously know the knowledge. It's just see if they can bring it back though.
So you're part of it. What do you say is more common, like box fight players or zone wars players? Like which one's more popular?
So honestly, so okay. So this in the origins of wagers, they started out with PGs, right? And then everyone got bored of those because it was just a bunch of chop outs and everything. So then they moved on to box fights. And so from box fights, everyone developed the angles and the peanut butter peaks and window peaks. And so people got bored of those. They didn't find them fun anymore. And then they moved on to zone wars. And that's the current meta right now. So all of the box fight players moved on to zone wars. And so they are practicing their zone war skills. And they haven't played box fights in a while. And so honestly, zone wars is more common right now. But box fights might be making a comeback right now because the community voted on this tournament and they voted on a box fight tournament instead of a zone war tournament. So box fights might be coming back.
Yeah. Well, if it's as you say, like if it's coming back, then you will see a lot more box fights every Friday.
Okay, so in this round, you see how resisting dropped Danny P ammo. So that means that Danny P and resisting have been spraying the entire round. So that means that guy over there has to be, I think it's Stretch or Samzox. One of them got knocked. So he has to be low on mats, and then Danny P and resisting have no ammo. So it's just a shotgun versus shotgun matchup right here. And both resisting and Danny are weak, so they don't want to get close. They just want to play their angles and get chip damage down. I think it's a 2v1 right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to like apply pressure with just shotgun shells, right?
Yeah. So as you can see, Danny's doing, he's just chipping down the builds, trying to find out where the guy is. And so when he sees a build of almost broken, he just shotguns it, and it'll do. I think it's like 50 damage, depends on how far away you are. But you can knock down a wall in like 2-3 shots. You just want to make sure you don't run out of your shotgun ammo because that's the most important component of box fights.
Ooh, that's a good hit, 46.
He knows he's wide HP now.
Yeah.
Looks like the guy still has mats. You honestly don't know how much he has, but he's got to be running low, honestly. It's a pretty tight round right here.
Yeah, with all three players with low health, no heals.
Yeah, they don't want to throw this round though, because it's a very impactful round. Because it could throw off their momentum if they're winning a lot, or if they're losing, then it totally just crushes it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like resisting had more ammo, so he's gonna drop Danny P some. Hopefully they can apply pressure with that.
And there's no time limit, right?
No, there's not. Honestly, I've seen some box fight rounds go for like 30 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they both like so involved and so passionate about it. Looks like Sam Dog goes down there. Looks like the score is 4-3. Yeah, so we're moving on to the next round. Danny P's got to win this round to win the entire match, and the other team's got to hopefully clutch up right here and make it overtime. Yeah, so like there's a bunch of like great box fighters that the round could go on for 30 minutes because both player doesn't want to peek because they could die right there. So like both of them are very weak.
That's a good hit.
They just don't want to peek and throw the round. Looks like Danny P is playing aggressive right here. Hits the opponent 110 and applies pressure on resisting player. Looks like Danny P took some damage though. Both teams healing up. Okay, so you see how Danny P was going to take another mini, but he decided to opt for the fish?
Yeah.
So every mini heals 25, so you don't want to like waste any heals. So if like you're 133, you don't want to take a mini because like you just lose out on some HP there because you can only heal 25 max or 50 max with a mini.
Yeah.
So if you want to save every heal that you can, so he opted out to take the fish because a bunch of box fights is about chip damage a lot. So you're not gonna get one pumped if you're playing far away. So if you you can just take more trades if you opt for the fish instead of the both the minis right there.
Yeah, it's like in competitive play when you rather hold the pot to find some minis rather than take the pot right away.
Right. Looks like he cracked him right there. Both good double spray by Danny P and resisting. Looks like resisting took some damage though. He's got to heal up. Resisting might go down here. So Danny P and resisting are actually cornering the kids, taking all the piece control that they can. Hopefully they can win this round, make it 1-2. Because if Danny P and resisting win, then it's over. Looks like Danny P getting a little aggressive. He's got the HP advantage. It's 10 white there, I think. Yeah, both the players just cornered with HP down. Mats are very limited. They're gonna want to try and push out to the right a little bit, take more piece control. That's what they're honestly doing right now. Danny P takes a lot of damage right there. Looks like 100 total. So honestly, their damage looks like in favor of Stretch and Samzox.
Mm-hmm. And this
Danny
match
P
is really important for Danny and resisting because they're up 4-3.
Right, if they win this, they win the entire thing. If they don't, their momentum could fall. Looks like he could 50 white total in the corner. So they know they're weak and that. Oh, he gets shot right through the bill, honestly.
Ooh.
When HP hits him 15 white, both resisting and NEP are a one shot to anything. So looks like resisting's damage is falling a little behind Danny's. He's gonna have to bring it back to hopefully win this round.
Yeah.
So now they're playing close to each other. So if they get one of them goes down, they can hopefully trade the shotgun and knock the other player. Because if the other team gets a down and then the finish, then it's very impactful for them to hopefully win the round. AP's trying to get a side angle, flanking the side. Looks like he's out of mats.
He only has 7 wood left.
Yep. He can repair a build, but he can't build anything. And he's got 8 AR bullets. This peak is not very good, honestly. It's a left-hand peak. In block fights, you want to take a lot of right-hand peaks because it's just advantageous to your position. And so you can get hit more than if you take a left hand. And he's 11 HP and he can't afford to take any shots. Looks like we have a Mexican standoff right here, just a standstill. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Both teams just don't want to get knocked. Otherwise, it's just over for them. They're both one shot. Oh, looks like Danny P messed up, but shot his own build. They're gonna opt down to drop and hopefully take the low ground. I think resisting still has a little bit of mats, but they're running low. So he's counting up the damage right now. So Danny P has around 650-ish, or 550, sorry. And the other team has around 550 as well. It's just whoever can get the better shotgun trade.
Yeah, both teams are playing really conservative.
Yeah. So right here, they're playing double shotgun, like I said before. And hopefully if one of them gets knocked, they can trade the shotgun shot and get the finish. So these are the type of rounds that last a while. Yeah, this is a lot of smart decision making that they have to make. Like their positioning right now, they'll sit low ground. They have a edited wall. Honestly, if they come from the right side of the Danny P right here, they could get a shot on him because his head is peeking. But they're just trying to figure out where the opponents are, and no one wants to make a move here.
It's a lot about capitalizing on your opponent's mistakes.
Right. So if one of the opponents peeks their head and they get a shotgun shot, then it could be fatal to them.
Yeah, it looks like their opponent's trying to. Oh, they found him.
They're pressuring him a little bit. Yeah, looks like they still have some AR ammo, which is good for them. And resisting goes down. Honestly, this might be over for Danny P. He got a 2v1, no mats, 0 AR ammo. He's trying to go back. So right here, this is a smart decision. He's got to res his teammate, but the other team has to pressure him to make sure he doesn't get the res off. Because if he gets the res, then he. Oh my gosh, stretch goes down. Danny P could win here. Hits him 35 white. It looks like he got the 8 builds from that.
There's one build left.
Yep. One build with 5 extra wood. So he could repair a build, which is actually you might not think about it, but repairing a build could save your life. Because if they're spraying it and it's like a weak build, there could be a 2-shot to an AR instead of like a 1-shot, you know?
Yeah. But he's literally one hit, 11 health.
So the thing about this round, oh man, only 2 white. Danny P still has a finish, right? Because he knocked another player. So if he gets that finish, he's 61 HP, and then the other player is gonna be at a less HP advantage. But he got him.
That's it. That's the game.
Wow. That's the end of the match.
Let's play smart. All right, I think that was the last round 1 game. We're about to hop into round 2. Give us 1 second. We're gonna see which game we're gonna jump onto. All right, guys, round 2. We're back, but this time we're spectating DC and Chewy. Who are they playing against again?
Brian and Chase Doge.
Those
so
are
Brian
friends,
is
right?
actually Brian is actually a co-owner of Wage Recording. No, they're actually part of my friend group, but so I'm hoping they win this round, but could be a close matchup right here. Actually, it's a 1v1 against Chewy and Chase Doge. Looks like Brian and DC both went down. So he gets a finish on DC, and he got the heals from him as well. So that's very impactful for the round because looks like Chewy has no heals at all. And if you didn't know,
this match is a lot different than the match before. Like they're really going at it.
Yeah.
Applying pressure.
Brian is very he likes his angles. He likes to take peanut butter peaks and spray. And then Chase just relies on his aim to take trades because his ping is pretty high. So we're gonna see how he fares against Chewy jumping in his box. If you guys didn't know, DC is actually on console, so he's on a PS4.
Oh wow!
I mean, yeah, he fares pretty well against all these PC players.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh.
That was actually a very impactful round for them because it makes it 3-1, and Brian and Chase's momentum is down.
Yeah, it's been difficult to come back from that. I mean, the momentum's all on the DC and Chewy side.
Yep. One of DC's most iconic moves is since he's on a PS4, it's easier for him to build through like walls. So like you'll see if a player's box up and they don't have a ramp or a cone in their box, he will actually run up to the wall and place a cone through the wall. Uh, Honestly, any player could do it. It's just easier on the console. I don't know why. I think it's just the angle at the uh, wall he goes. Like he's very good at it. But yeah, that's one of his most iconic plays. Looks like Chewy took a lot of damage there. DC's opting to drop him his fish to make his health up higher, make the damage more equal. Looks like DC hasn't been hit yet though. Here's the play I'm talking about where Chewy goes below, trying to make an angle and 2v1 right here.
Oh,
Wow.
that was
Chase
a
Coach
good
goes
call.
down with a 180 bump.
Yeah.
Ooh, DC taking a lot of damage right there. He's got to back up, try and pop his minis, maybe get a finish on his teammate. Oh, he's actually opting to drop Chewy as minis because he's got a finish. So they're going to be similar HP. It's just Chewy's got the shield advantage. You got the siphon right there. It's a good 50 HP. Looks like Chewy took a bloom battle right there and lost to Brian. So right here, the play is he's going to res. So Brian has to pressure. And hopefully he can kill him at that point. There's that low ground play I was talking about earlier. He goes down, so he loses his opponent, and then takes him down. So Brian and Chase are actually down 4-1. So they gotta win 3 rounds in a row to tie it, and Chewy and DC just need one more. So we'll see how this round fares for them.
Yeah, and this is round 2, the round of 8. So if they win, they make it to the final 4.
If you want, we can switch over to Chase though as well. He's fixed his stream. We'll see about this round though. This might be the winner's PvP right here. It's actually shot with a very hard shotgun shot right there.
Yeah.
Like it was wow, Chewy takes out Chase Doge. It's a 2v1 for Brian. He's got to win this round, or he's out for the tournament.
It's like I said. I mean, they're really good at keeping the momentum, not making too many mistakes. Because it looks like it's a really clean match by Chewy and DC. Drop one
They're
early,
actually
but then won 4 straight.
They could lose this round, honestly. DC has no heals. He's never mind. That's over. 5-1.
That's over. So DC Chewy move on to round 3, but the round of 4 people semifinals. We'll be right back. We'll see if there's any other round 2 games. I'm pretty sure there's some. But yeah. we're jumping back to Danny and resisting,
Resisting.
who we saw earlier. Um, I think that was the match where it was like super long, right?
Yeah, they were both sitting behind a edited wall, hopefully hoping for the other team to peak first. And it looks like they closed out the round in that one. So it looks like it's
Wow.
Jade versus wow
3-1 against
3-1.
Jade and Dolph and Jade and Flip. And Jade's been a Fortnite Underground's regular. I mean, he's played a couple Zone Wars, so this is like the first time seeing him play box fight. But would you say Jade's a Zone Wars player more than box fight?
Yeah, Jade he's pretty good at zone wars. He opts to W key and jump in boxes, as you can see right here. It's just his play style that he prefers, and honestly, it works out half the time.
Yeah.
Still resisting right there, and he goes on to Danny P though. So it's Flip versus Danny P. Right here, he's opting to get the finish right now, get all the heals from him, and now he has 3 fish and 6 minis, and he has the HP advantage against Flip.
So he definitely has the advantage on the 1v1.
What Flip needs here is a big pump, like hopefully a 150 plus, and he's just got to constantly pressure him to make sure he can't heal. And then he can maybe win the round, but it's looking like it's Danny P's favor right now.
Oh. Flip
It's
lands
him 100.
nasty
So now
hit.
Danny, he needs to keep pressuring Danny right here to make sure he can't heal, which is what he's doing wrong. But maybe it might work out in the end. If he keeps hitting him for 100, it might chip him down to 0 heals. Ooh, looks like he took
Ooh.
the ball and Flip was stuck. So it's 4-1 Danny. They're doing a cross spray strategy here, actually, where Danny P looks at Resisting's team player, enemy, and trying to get some damage on him while resisting W keys. Wow, it looks like Resisting is going down early every round.
I mean, that's the way it went for last round as well, right? Like
Yeah.
resisting didn't do as much as Danny.
Yeah, Danny P's more of a skilled box fighter than Resisting. Resisting is more of a zone wars player. But it looks like Danny P might win this, honestly, if he gets more shots like that in. He's got 2 minis and 300 mats, but I'm pretty sure the other team got Resisting's fish and minis. And as you saw before Resisting died, Jade got hit a lot. Just it's not enough though. It's 4-2 Danny. Hopefully they can win one round and get the victory right there.
Yeah, this game's gonna be really impactful. I mean, this is either close it out or give the other team momentum.
Yep. If they lose this round, they might lose because the other team has momentum. But if they tie it up, they're gonna have to try a lot harder because the other team has momentum against them. So it looks like Denny's fighting Flip right here. Flip is
Ooh.
full box. Wow, he pre-fires the edit. It's him down. As you see with a bunch of these skilled players, pre-fires happen a lot. So what they do is they predict the edit of their opponent, and they just shoot their shotgun shot before the opponent edits, hoping that they get a shot through.
Yeah.
And Danny P is actually very good at pre-firing with his, because he's very low ping, so his shotgun registers way before other people's.
One of the advantages of having better internet.
Yep, and living in Virginia. So it looks like they're just having a shotgun versus AR battle. I think Danny P came out with the HP advantage there. So 1v1 versus Jade and Danny. Danny needs to win this to win the match, and then Jade is on the back ropes trying to hold it out for him and Flip. Gets those little chip shots in. Looks like they're just having a wall take battle right here, trying to get that middle wall so they can pressure their opponent. And Shade actually is opting to W key him, and it doesn't work out in the end. So it looks like
That's it.
we're moving on to semifinals.
All right, Danny resisting. Round 3. Let's go quick break. Let's see if there's any other games we can jump to. What's up, guys? We're back. Watching Danny once again. Danny resisting. I mean, they've been playing really well, but right now it looks like they're down 0-2. This is round 3, and they have 0 wins. So it's gonna be interesting because they're up. They're playing 2v1 right now in this round. What do you think about the matchup?
Honestly, I have Donnie and Pravik pulling this one out. Uh, Obviously, like Danny and Resisting are both great players, but I think Donnie is a main box fighter, and so I feel like he could just pull through with the victory on this one. Looks like Danny's dropping Resisting some minis right now. It's a 2v1 against Pravik, and I think this is Donnie. I think Pravik went down, so it's Danny's Resisting versus Donnie right now.
Yeah, Donnie, he has a history. He's a former champion for the NACL Fortnite Undergrounds. He won with Galactic
Yeah.
not too long ago for Zone Wars. So we've already seen him like on the stream play really well, hold his own. So we'll see what he has to do now.
Yeah, I feel like just the Danny P might be able to match up against Donnie, but I feel like Pravik is just better than Resisting and can outmatch him. We'll see though. They're just trying to locate where Donnie is. Donnie is being very evasive right now, trying to get a sneak play on one of them, flank the side or from below. So there he is. Actually pops out, cracks Danny. So he's gonna pop his minis and try and spray with his teammate. So what he's doing right now is he's chipping their health while he's spraying their mats. So every time he breaks the wall, he gets a shotgun shot through. That's why Resisting health went down and Danny got cracked. So we'll see how Donnie can knock Resisting. He might be able to win. Actually, he might 1v2 this. Both the players are actually weak, and we have no clue how healthy Donnie is.
Yeah, they're running low on mat. Oh,
Ooh.
that's a crucial
Actually, looks
win.
like they take out the.
Cause you're trying. Who cares? Who cares? The ego on this kid.
2-1.
In Wager Core, they're saying the score is 1-1. So I think they respawn the first round. So I think that's actually 1-1 against the two teams. So it looks like they're doing the crossbow meta again, trying to get a damage. Looks like Resisting cracked the other player. Now the other opponents are adapting the crossspray, doing it themselves. Danny gets dinked by whoever that is on the right. Looks like he cracked him and hit him white. Looks like Danny's up damage just a little bit by a couple tags. Resisting's actually weak. He needs to pop his heals or he might go down. So right now they're just getting as much piece control as they can through the middle. And yeah, Resisting goes down. His HP is just too low to take a trade right there. NAP is getting aggressive on one player, trying to 1v2 this out. Looks like he got the finish on Resisting, but he hit him 99 in return. Now it's just a 2v1 against Donnie and Pravik. Hopefully Danny can clutch up for Resisting and they be up 2-1. Danny's got to get aggressive on one of the players right here. Hopefully take him out before his teammate gets to him. Make it a 1v1. He's actually conserving his mats very well, being very elusive, running away from a 2v1, trying to section off the other opponents. Looks like he's getting
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's really pressured right now, which is good.
Yeah. He's moving in different positions, so they don't know where to spray. And I think Donnie and Pravik are new to playing together, so they're obviously their symmetry. What do you call it? Synergy. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Their synergy isn't totally matched up with each other, so they're learning up their team play, trying to double spray Donnie, get a 2v1 down. One of them is actually white. Danny might be able to win this. He's got to pressure that guy, try and get him knocked. Like he's advancing on one of the opponents. As you can see as the other opponent, he has a right window spraying his wall. He does that because Danny can't see him while he's spraying. So it's a very good angle to waste the opponent's mats. Trying to get a jump shot on the opponent right there. So this is where he starts depleting his mats. Opponents actually found out how to pressure him in a right way to get him in the corner and use his mats. So they're doing it very well now.
Ooh.
Ooh, actually takes out Donnie. So it's Pravik versus Danny.
Oh, and probably. Oh.
He's white as well, and Danny closes it.
Closes it 1v2. Now it's
So
tight game.
actually,
Momentum on Donnie. Or I mean, honestly, like I think the momentum's still on the other side, considering that resisting all still like died first. What do you think about
right?
that?
Yeah, resisting. He does a lot of damage, but he also takes way more in return. So I don't think it's a great trade. Wow, Danny actually with the beams with his AR hits the opponent's 120 plus,
Yeah, he's.
cracks his teammate,
Oh
or
my
cracks the
god.
opponent, and takes out Donnie. And wow,
Yeah.
the synergy
Danny's on a
between
roll
Danny
right
and
now.
yeah. So what happened there was resisting sprayed his side with the cross spray, and then so he was distracted, and Danny could just edit a window and shotgun him right there.
Crazy.
So actually, Danny got all of Donnie's heals, so it's gonna be hard for Pravik to take this one into for his own team. He's got to try and
And he's
get a
white
200
right now.
pump or
Gotta
something,
pressure him. Oh my gosh. That's
and
3 straight
Danny
wins
closes
ever
out.
since we tuned in.
Yep, it's
Momentum
3-1
all
Danny
on
right
Danny's
now.
side. The crazy thing is, we've been spectating Danny and DC and Chewy a lot today,
Yeah,
just by sheer chance, and they might end up being facing each other off like in the finals.
that'd actually be a pretty good matchup. We got the because Danny P and Resisting both have an aggressive playstyle, and so does DC and Chewy. So it'd just be who has the harder hitting shotgun or who can take the better aggressive. But I feel like Chewy and DC might take it if it's a matchup between them because they just have better team play, 2v1s.
Don't get
Yeah.
nervous.
Wow.
Don't get
It's
nervous.
four straight.
Resisting did 400 damage that round actually.
That's crazy.
It's 4-1 in Danny's favor, so this is the momentum I'm talking about. Pravik and Donnie are probably gonna lose this round, and it might be over.
Yeah. I mean, ooh.
It's a 2v1 right
Wow.
there. Resisting and Danny both double pumped him. So just up to Donnie to 2v1, Danny and Resisting. I think it might be over here. Danny and Resisting might move on to finals, and we'll see who joins them in the finals. But just don't count Donnie out though, because never mind. Looks like he got taken out by Resisting, and Danny
Yeah,
wins.
I mean, it's all about the mental. It's all mind games.
Yep.
I mean, you lose 4 straight, you know, kind of discouraged. But let's head to quick break. Let's see if the other side of the bracket they're still playing. If not, then we'll be seeing guys in the finals. What's up, guys? It's Newton Plit. We're back. Sorry about the long wait out. I think they had some technical difficulties, but now we're watching the other round of 4 matchup. We got DC and Chewy, who we followed since the round of 16, playing against Vibes and Ace PG. PGH?
Yeah, HPGH.
Yeah, Ace PGH.
So this is round 1.
What's up?
This is round 1.
Yeah, round 1. 0-0 right now. Who do you have as favorites coming out of this matchup?
Honestly, DC and Chewy have been going on a rampage throughout the entire tournament, but Ace and Vibes, they're pretty good box fighters, so I feel like they can pull it out, take down the champs. Who do you think is gonna win this matchup?
I don't know. DC and Chewy have been pretty dominant as of late. I mean, coming into the whole tournament, I was told by my insider Elite, who helped me put this together. Elite said that DC and Chewy are the favorites to win, so I'll probably go with his word. He's rarely wrong about these things. But
Looks like Vibes actually got hit 120 from that far, and it's 1-0 DC right now.
Yep. It's as if they're listening to us talk.
So they actually needed that power play right there because Vibes and Ace were actually pressuring them in the corner. And they needed the power play to get out of the piece control they were getting taken in. So going in round 2, we have DC going on with Chewy, trying to take as much piece control as he can.
When you say power play, do you mind explaining what you mean by that?
Okay, so like a power play would be like if they're down damage or materials or heals, they need to advance on one of the opponents and try and either knock him or get him with a hard shotgun shot, like a 150 plus, so they can get back into the game. Because if you're just down heals the entire match, then it's just not looking good for you. So they gotta make a smart move and come back from what they're down in.
So it's basically like capitalizing on their mistakes per se,
Right?
Because that like pretty much flips the script for the match.
So when DC goes low ground, he's looking for a power play most of the time, trying to kill either Chewy's opponent or trying to get a big shotgun shot on his own opponent. So it looks like they're pressuring this one guy on the left side of the map, while the other one is just sitting on the right side spraying, trying to get DC off of him. So it looks like DC used all of his heals already. He's down to 210 builds. And Chewy's low on the HP as well. Right here we see the 2 opponents go back in the corner, trying to get as much AR tags as they can, shotgun shots, get their chip damage in. So DC and Chewy have the full right side, while Ace and Vibes are trying to take the left side and get DC out of there. So as you can see, DC is moving towards the right. Getting all those chip shots in, trying to do as much damage as they can.
Ooh,
wow, it actually gets tagged really hard there. So DC's actually a one-shot to anything right now, unless he gets tagged for like 10 with a shotgun. So here's a power play that DC's trying to make, right? He's under an opponent, trying to go up and get a big shotgun shot in, because both him and Chewy are weak, so he's got to make some sort of move to get them back in the running. He looks like DC's on 2 builds right now, so they need to. Ooh, and Chewy goes down. So here's DC trying to jump in the box, trying to knock one of the opponents.
Ooh.
Finish on Chewy, and it looks like it's 1-1.
Do you think this match will go overtime? Seems like anyone's game right now.
It might go to win by 2. Depends on how these next few rounds go with the momentum. It's even right now, so could go either way. Here's DC going low ground again. His normal tactic, jumps in the
Ooh.
box and takes out Ace there, and that's round
Take that.
3
Wow.
over in a couple seconds. Yeah, so box fight rounds can actually last like 30 seconds to a very long time, as you saw before with Danny Payne resisting. So
Yeah, it
in
just
the
depends on
finals,
how aggressive the players are, right?
yeah. So with different playstyles like Danny or Chewy and DC, like the rounds go by very fast. But if there's two of the same playstyles that like just sit back and spray, like the rounds can last for a very long time. So it looks like Vibe is actually stuck in the corner right here,
Wow.
and he takes out Vibes, and Ace is full box, and now Chewy is weak, so they actually opt to back up and heal up before they take the 2v1.
Ooh.
So DC
Wow.
hits him
That
100,
shotgun.
and yeah, takes him out right there.
3-1 lead. Momentum all on their side. See, I mean, this is a must win for Vibes and Ace, right?
Yeah, they was it? Is it 4-1 DC or Chewy?
It's 3-1, 3-1.
3-1? Okay.
Yeah, if they
Yeah,
if
so
they
you need
if
to
DC
cancel
wins,
momentum
then
right here. Yeah. If DC and Chewy win this, then they might win the entire thing, or for this match at least. I don't know about the finals. Finals are going to be very intense between Danny P and resisting. Looks like Ace goes down to Chewy, so Vibes has to clutch up for Ace in a 2v1. Hopefully win this round and cancel the momentum that DC and Chewy are having.
Ooh, wow.
Wow, just beams him down to 0 HP. Chewy had
Oh, one
448
advantage.
damage that round. Doing a lot of work for DC's team.
Yeah. So we might be seeing DC and Chewy against
Danny P resisting.
yep. Do you think
All right.
because Danny and resisting, they're waiting right now, do you think that wait time would be a disadvantage?
Yeah, because they're not playing like consistently, so like they're just waiting, and their aim might be a little off, like right when they get back in, or their builds or edits.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it might be advantageous to see how DC and Chewy are playing, so they can play better together and know what they're doing. So I think that's
Yeah.
what they're doing right now. They're just watching DC and Chewy, watching how they play, and trying to see how to deflect their playstyle.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if if DC and Chewy lose this match, it's gonna be interesting because this can be 4-2 or 4-3.
Yeah.
So they have to close this out.
Yeah, if they win this round, then or if Ace wins this round, then it's gonna be actually very close. It might go to overtime.
Yeah.
So I think we need to close this out right now and then move on to the finals, because otherwise their momentum is gonna be in the favor of Ace and Vibes.
Yeah, I noticed that Ace and Vibes have stopped being aggressive. They've sat back instead of like push forward.
Yeah, so what Chewy and DC were doing was they were adapting. His Vibes was jumping in, and they would just full box him and then 2v1 him. So now they realized that wasn't working out for them. So then they had to change their play style into the sitting back and spraying and trying to take angles. It might actually be working in their favor.
Yeah, they're like just sitting back trying to see where Chewy and DC are.
So right now DC knows that one's below him and one's right in front of him. It looks like the other one just dropped. So now he's gonna try and take an angle right here and get a big power shot on one of them. Hopefully, then put the round in his favor. So Ace actually, in 1v1s, he likes to sit low ground and take the angles from there. So he's actually very good at that. So we'll see if he can get a big shot through with one of his angles.
because right now I don't think anyone hit anybody yet. There's a lot of shooting, but no one's landing any shots.
Yeah,
Because
the
everyone's
mats are
playing
just
defensive.
depleting from both ends, and
Oh, there we go.
there's Ace jumping in, trying to knock out DC, and DC's just running and healing. Actually, looks like he's out of mats. He's got 4 wood, so Chewy drops him some mats. They each have 7 builds now, and Ace got a pretty big power play right there. DC just looking for the beam with his AR. Ooh, he gets cracked, but he cracks one of the opponents. Looks like Vibes and Ace are up a little bit of damage. And I think DC just got the damage back. I think DC and Chewy have the health advantage now. And Chewy goes down actually to Vibes. He got a little aggressive there, and while DC was healing, and didn't work out in his favor. He should have waited for DC to heal, and maybe they could 2v1 one of them, or take a different angle and pressure. But I think he got a little aggressive, a little too soon. So it's a 1v2 DC versus Vibes and Ace, and he's got 24 builds and 34 HP. So he's out of mats now. Hoping for a 1-pump or some sort of move that he can do to win the round.
Wow, he had the shot there. Oh, there we go.
Takes out Ace actually, so it's Vibes versus DC. He needs that finish to get the extra 5 builds and the HP. Because right now he's just running on nothing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was looking for the finish there, and Vibes knew it, so he just took him out. 4-3 DC right now.
Momentum is on
Vibes, if Vibes and
side.
Ace win this round, then it's gonna go to overtime.
Yep. Win by 2.
These very start first 15 seconds mean a lot in the round, because one team could get hit 120 or one team could get beamed with an AR, and it just totally shifts the balance of the entire round. Right now it looks like they're just playing conservative, taking piece control and shooting 30 shots and sitting back and waiting. Looks like Chewy took a little bit of damage. So here's DC sitting low ground, trying to get some sort of angle on the other team here. DC's sitting in a cone. If one of the other players edits a wall, then DC's just gonna jump in, uses shotgun and AR to eliminate him. That's what he's good at and what he's known for.
It seems like he has control over all the pieces around him.
Yeah, so right now DC has the right side on lockdown, and Chewy's just distracting on the left, and DC's just pressuring the other team to move back into Chewy's view distance, and they can just cross spray. But Ace looks like dropped down to low ground, and they're both taking the low ground angles now. They're actually stuck in the back of their spawn. DC just gotta watch his mats though. He's used 300 of them already.
Yeah.
Wow, Chewy takes a lot of damage right there. Looks like they've traded even damage to 160, 160. So this is in anyone's favor right now. Honestly, if I was DC, I would back up and give Chewy the fish. Yeah, that's what it looks like what he's gonna do. So now Chewy's 200 HP again, or around that. And now DC's back to pressuring the right side. Moving into their spawn more, pressuring them back. So right here, Vibes and Ace are gonna look for a 2v1. They're gonna run at one of the opponents and hopefully knock them, since Chewy and DC are separated. Or they might just look for a bloom battle and hopefully they win that and win the trade and be up damage. Both teams are playing very conservative right now though. There's the bloom fight I was talking about. They're gonna try and take that. DC might take it though, but I think he's playing conservative and backing up a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bloom fight right there. DC takes a lot of damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what they needed right there. And now
Yeah.
Chewy's gonna go back and try and pick up DC. Because now Ace and Vibes have to pressure him since he's rezzing. And there's the pressure coming in.
Oh.
They don't actually. Oh, I didn't think they saw him. And now it's a 4-4 tied matchup going to overtime.
Wow. Coming down from below 3-1, below 3-1 lead. Now it's 4-4. Now they have to win 2 in a row rather than just winning 1.
What they need here is a quick round to shift the balance of the momentum, and
yeah,
then they'll be chilling. If they get if they kill one of the other players very quickly, then it's very good for them. Because playing conservative obviously is working in Vibes and Ace's favor, so they need to go back to their aggressive play style, try and 2v1 and pressure him. Actually, Ops took the fish there. I don't know why he did that. He's 177 HP and a fish does 40. He lost a bit of HP there that he could have potentially had. So should we hit one of them for 100? DC's going for the low ground. He boxed one actually. Got hit for 100 and backing out.
Oh.
And Vibes takes him out. Chewy actually takes down Vibes. It's a 1-1 Ace versus Chewy.
Yep.
Chewy actually has 2 fish. So, I think Ace only has 1 fish or no fish at all. Because DC already popped his.
Yeah.
So Chewy definitely has the HP advantage right now. But looks like he takes 80 damage right there. So he's gonna have to take his mini and then a fish. Be at 183 HP. And see, these mats on the ground are actually very crucial because once they spray and use their mats that they have, they can go and refresh their mats right there, and hopefully have more than the other opponent.
I mean, it looks like it because he maxed out on his mats. He has 460 still.
Yeah, and there's still more on the ground on his side of the spawn, so those are gonna be used to. He can burn as much mats as he wants right now and go pick those up for a refresh.
You can see over there, he landed 1 good shot on him, 33 damage.
Yeah, looks like he gets dinked in the head with an AR. Should be going in for the aggressive playstyle, trying to take the wall and get a shotgun shot in. Ace playing this very smart though, taking the right hand window peeks so he can't get shot while spraying the wall. Chewy's having a hard time actually tracking Ace. He's moving around, jumping, making footsteps here, there. So Chewy's just trying to figure out where Ace is and get a shotgun shot in. Wow, it actually takes the wall.
Oh.
Ace HP takes him out. So it's 5-4 DC. Chewy actually 2v1 that.
They have the advantage. Match point. Yeah, compared to when they started off, like the match started off, the rounds are a lot longer.
Yeah, they just switched up their playstyle, adapted to how Ace and Vibes are playing, and I think they need to go back to the aggressive playstyle because they won 3. They were up 3-1 when they were doing that. I think that's what they're doing right now. Pressuring
But
that
the
one
reason why
side.
they were winning with the aggressive playstyle is because Vibes and Ace were aggressive as well.
True.
But once they switched to the conservative side, then Vibes and Ace started winning.
Actually taking a bloom fire right here. I think DC came out on top on that one. So it looks like DC and Chewy have the HP advantage right now. Looks like Vibe's getting aggressive on the side, trying to take DC's wall. It's actually good for Vibes. He's taking all the floors and cones on below. So if DC accidentally runs over one, he can just double edit him down and get a good shotgun shot in. DC's aware that they're trying to take back the pieces.
Ooh, lands a good hit. 40 damage.
It's a big hit right there. It's a whole fish that he could have had potentially for him and his teammate, but he just goes down. Wow, Vibes actually goes down to Chewy. All right, so it's a 2v1. AC's wins it, so it's over for them.
And that's it.
And
it's over.
there we go. They move on to finals. Wow, you called it. Danny P versus Chewy and DC.
Yeah. Well, we'll get the players in the lobby, and hopefully we'll come back soon with the finals. DC and Chewy against Danny and Resisting. Alright guys, so this is finals. We got Danny and Resisting playing against DC and
Chewy.
yeah. Blanked out. So we're watching Danny's point of view right now. Just to change it up a bit. But it looks like both teams are playing really aggressive. Danny landed a hit for 150 just now, so they have the advantage. Danny and Resisting.
Looks like Danny hasn't got hit yet though. Looks like they're gonna go for a double pump right here. Go for a 2v1 maybe.
Ooh.
Takes out DC. Chewy gets in his box and hits him
Wow.
for and gets eliminated.
Danny, Danny just picked up where he left off. Advantage Danny and Resisting 1-0.
Who they are with the crossspray meta again? Gonna be spraying the opponents. Looks like they just go straight for middle though instead of playing corners. So I don't know if the crossspray is gonna work here. Chewy's actually W King Danny right now. Also, so is DC. Danny gets hits for 100, hits them both for 100 though. DC needs to get out of the box or kill Danny here.
Oh,
Looks like
no.
Resisting's in the box.
Wow.
And he 1v2'd that actually. Wow. Chewy did 0 damage and DC did 415. 1-1 here.
So these guys, they've been playing for around almost 2 hours now. 2 hours of box fight. Don't you think that that plays a factor in their performance?
100%. Like if you look at DC's title before, it was a box fight tournament, very boring. A lot of these players don't like box fights because of how long the rounds can be. That's why they like the aggressive play style.
Mhm.
So they either can get very worn out at box fights, or they're very warm at them. Like Danny P, as you can see here, he's very good at taking the angles now. His edits are warm for box fights, making peanut butters. So it just depends on who the player is and how they were playing.
Yeah, most of these guys, when they play box fights, it's usually one match and then they'll take a break and then they won't play like 2 hours straight of it, you know?
Right.
For wagers.
Don't get
Oh wow.
Yeah, usually it's
nervous.
Danny Resisting take 2-1. But yeah, this says a lot about these two teams. Because
These rounds are actually going by very
it's
quickly.
tiring doing the same thing over and over again. But these guys, they love what they do.
Yeah.
They're
Very
good at what
passionate
they
about
do
it.
too.
Yep. These rounds are actually going by very quickly with the both teams being very aggressive. Danny P and Resisting are actually getting their synergy down, making sure they don't get 2v1'd and boxed by the other opponents. And both teams just taking a little bit of damage each side, running on the other opponent's mats. Danny P and Resisting are actually up a little bit of damage. Danny P sees that both players are actually down there. 100 on Chewy there, takes him out. 3-1 in Danny's favor.
That's what we like to see. You're my little fucking boomer friend that I have to carry. Well, that's what I like to see, my boy. These boys pussy, they don't got nothing on us, bruh. You play this slow. He's pushing you. He's on your wall.
Ooh, Danny P getting cornered. Looks like he's getting 2v1 by the opponents right here. So looks like Danny P's taking right side while the other opponents take left. Resisting goes down right there. So it's up to Danny to 2v1 right here. Hopefully he can win the round and get the momentum going again for his team. DC and Chewy playing this very smart together. Spraying Danny P back. Looks like DC gets boxed, and Chewy comes from the side angle, hits him for 180, and gets taken out right there. Wow, DC had 0 damage, and Chewy did 616. Very close matchup here.
We might be seeing overtime. I mean, this round is really crucial. Danny and Resisting are up 3-2. If they win this, they'll be up 4-2. So we'll see.
Looks like Resisting is doing a lot of damage to DC right now. Wow, and DC trades back with a 70 shot on Danny P.
Yeah, and 6 rounds in, they're still playing as aggressive as ever. They haven't really changed their playstyle too much, don't you think?
They're both sitting low ground, trying to drop one of them in their box and get a double pump in. Looks like it's not working out there. Taking a lot of damage. DDP's actually up a lot of damage right now. You gotta make sure that they don't get hit with a hard shotgun shot like that. Oh my, this could go in anyone's favor right now. Chewy could win this right here if he kills Danny. And he gets hit very hard, and that's just the end of the round right there. In that situation, they just had to focus on Danny, hopefully knock him, and then make it a 2v1 against Resisting.
Yep, and this is match point. I mean, for all the marbles, this is it. If you're
Oh, it looks like they're doing a double spray meta on Resisting. He gets hit over 100 right there. It's not very good for Danny P's team. So it looks like Danny Resisting is getting pressured in the corner. Danny's trying to figure out what he should do here. Either pressure the right guy or the left guy. Actually cracks Chewy on the left. So he drops Resisting his heals. NP only got hit 9 so far. While Resisting's been taking all the damage. NP making for an aggressive power play right now. And does not work out in his favor. Hits him for 100 on the way back to his spawn. And trying to gain the damage that they lost already. I think Resisting should be making the plays right here though, since he's over 100 HP. Okay, so Resisting just playing below them, trying to get a power play in, and Danny P is just spraying, distracting them. DC got cracked right there by Danny. Chewy's dead now. DC could win 1v2 this though. They're both 1 HP.
I mean, he gets a siphon though.
True.
Too, right?
Only if he finishes the kill. So
Yeah.
I think DC's right now is backing up, trying to res Chewy. They need to play this very smart. Each one
Ooh.
shotgun shot.
Almost got to finish. Got to
And he
finish.
gets to
Oh
finish
my
on
god, he got
Chewy.
siphon. DC.
He also got
versus
the 5
Resisting
builds
and
there.
Danny. Visuals asked if signups are closed. Yes.